Hey guys, Chris Lee Kennedy here for AMC Movie Talk. I'm here at Yosemite National Park. Can you see those amazing waterfalls behind me? This place was the inspiration for some of the scenery in Disney's new movie, Planes, Fire and Rescue, which is coming out soon. I got to sit down with Dane Cook, some of the filmmakers and the art directors, and I can't wait to share this movie with you. You guys ready? How are you guys?
Yeah, how are you?
Thank you
Yeah,
for
you're
taking
welcome.
me here.
You're welcome.
This is amazing.
Anytime.
I mean, come on. The first thing that I have to, right out of the gate, I mean, congratulations, because this movie was amazing.
Thank you.
But I love the injured athlete story.
Yep.
I know someone who's happened to in real life.
Wow. Yep.
So it's such an amazing story. What made you guys go that route?
It was tricky because we looked at Dusty Cropphopper from the first film, and there were two things that had really happened. One, he had pushed his engine to become this racer. So we sort of looked at like what would naturally happen as a result of that. And the thing is, he sort of is doing things to his engine that you really shouldn't do. He's pushing it very hard. So it would be natural that his engine would be stressed. So that led to this idea of what would happen if he could never race again. And then the sort of emotional question of if you've lost the passion in your life, can you find another passion worth living for? And that seemed a real good thing for Dusty to struggle with.
I think that's an important storyline for any age. I mean, life is loss. We all have loss at one point in our lives, and it's kind of how you decide to handle that loss and move forward with your life that kind of determines who you are. So I think no matter what age, it's just an important thing to consider in looking ahead for your own self.
And I think it happens to all of us several times throughout our lives where there's this thing we always thought we wanted, and then we get close and we're like, well, maybe I didn't want that, maybe I want that instead. And you have to learn, I think, to adjust your passion almost.
Yeah, or you work really hard for something and you don't make the soccer team. Right? And so that's why I think it's a good theme, not just for, I mean, adults can relate to that theme, but also kids.
Yeah, I want to talk about, we're here at Yosemite, obviously, and in the movie, it was so great to see. It was funny because the lodge felt like the Wilderness Lodge in Disney, which I stay at often, so, I mean, it felt so great, but, so, we're obviously here. You guys had to come to places like this.
Yep.
How much, that has to be fun. I mean, that's got to be a really tough job. Twist your arm.
Forced, yeah. No, this is where the inspiration comes. We knew we wanted to set our movie in a national park, so obviously coming to Yosemite, spending time in Yellowstone, those were the two key ones that we did. And from that, you take tens of thousands of pictures and you try to see as many sights as you can. And this is where the inspiration comes. And you take that back to the studio, and Toby Wilson, who was our art director, starts crafting this world and building this world using this as kind of the backdrop. And it's stunning and it's magnificent, and we can do better than this. So.
I mean, you want to, in an animated film, or really any good film, you want to create, we want to have a great story, appealing characters, and a believable world. And in order to make that world believable, you have to go out and walk it. You have to come to the national parks for our film. We had to go and meet the firefighters, walk on the air attack bases, have them talk to us about the flight, the chatter, all the things that they their daily lives, they're off the clock and on the clock lives. So all that helps to make it a believable world, and that way you get invested in the story.
That's another thing that I really enjoyed. I was born on the East Coast, so I didn't really understand or appreciate the work that the firefighters do until I moved to California, and we have forest fires all the time. It's something that we're constantly watching out for.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of amazing that you guys brought attention to that too, because I wouldn't have thought twice about those people and the sacrifices they make. Obviously we do with our police and our firefighters and first responders, but this also brought another level to that for kids.
Well, there's over 50,000 wildfires a year in the US.
Wow.
And these guys and gals are out there, tackling them constantly. And you only hear about it if they get too big or if there's property loss. So that's what we really wanted to shine a light on and show you not only their lives, but also their process.
One of the other things too is the effects in this movie. Yeah. The visual and special effects were much bigger than I've seen them in the past. So that had to be really kind of fun as well to take on.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And challenging. It was this was the most ambitious film we've ever done at Disney Studios for sure. And being the first animated movie that's ever done like a firefighter movie before, we knew it had to be big. it had to be that kind of scale. So we have over 660 effect shots, and that's fire and smoke and water, and that's a big deal in the visual effects world. So we spent a lot of time, over 2.5 years, crafting, building the fire that we thought looked real, and getting a lot of input with it, because we wanted, again, if we're paying tribute to firefighters, we want to build this world, which is a big part of it is fire, and be sure that it's believable and truthful, and help support the story that we're telling, which is about these true heroes.
And we were kind of committed because it's in the title.
Yeah,
right there.
you couldn't let it go.
There was no way
Couldn't
around
be
it.
planes rescue.
I just have to ask what you want people to take away from the film. When they leave the theaters, what do you want them to feel?
So,
Well, for me, it goes back to the, the second chances again, believing in yourself, having faith in yourself, that you're bigger than what you may have thought you wanted to do before. Like there's reasons for everything that happens in your life, and it's always good to pick yourself up, and you have to move forward.
and I'd say, and we dedicated the film to the firefighters. We wanted to do right by them, and hopefully you come away from the film being inspired by what these people do, every day of their lives.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. We can't wait to have it on our screens.
Yay,
Thank you.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.